she asked me for my phone. So I just was like, yeah, sure, you can have the phone. And then I took the phone back after I was like, oh, what did you ask? What were you doing? She was like, oh, I just, was asking AI how to improve my race.
Why are you saying too funky?
AI tools and chatbots are becoming the new norm, taking center stage in our digital experiences. And parents such as Jayanti York are now raising a generation of AI native children, people who will never know life without generative AI.
The AI has come so fast and now we're on the back foot. How do we actually parent around this? What do we actually do? And what are the rules? Now at this age, they're learning to use it with me, and now I'm teaching them how to critically judge the AI. And so this morning she did a painting of a footprint, and then she wanted to figure out if AI can replicate it, and then we compared the two images.
Now it's way too perfect. Yes, we can tell it's made by AI.
Co-use early on, definitely. Now I train myself when she wants to use my AI, I would say, okay, well, what's the question that you have? And then training her and myself to figure out the answer to that question before even turning to AI.
What do you think AI is? Or what did you think?
It's a big square of knowledge.
7-year-old Rixt Bharati has been co-using AI tools with her parents for everything, from helping her with schoolwork and learning how to tend to the family's balcony garden to launching a small t-shirt business at home.
I don't want them to be fearful about the technology. I think it won't help them to be afraid of it. I would like them to understand it, and I think you best understand it when you work with it. We can generate images or coloring pages, or we look into art together.
Anna Yorker-Breimer Bharati has embraced AI in almost every aspect of her work and life at home. She's also used generative AI tools to help produce a storybook to explain a very difficult issue to her kids.
A very personal use of AI was a few months ago. I was pregnant and we were very surprised and very happy. But then also a few weeks later, we had a miscarriage. And so obviously I was very sad. My kids saw me being sad. They were like, Mama, what is it? Did we do something wrong? And I want to be honest with them. So I told them, look, this is what happened. Together with generative AI, I was able to make that story, I think, something that kids could comprehend. It helped me have difficult conversations with my kids in a really beautiful way. And it has helped me personally also to work through it.
Upload a photo and then see if you can understand what it is, yeah?
Despite AI's potential to enhance learning, work, and home life, there are mounting safety concerns about the technology. Specifically, its potential to expose young people to inappropriate and dangerous content, disinformation, or even to manipulate their emotions.
I think that's the fear of every parent. Which is why I say I'm hesitant and positive, because why you try to have a parent in the loop as much as possible. And it's also naive to think that, oh, but as long as I have a good relationship with my kids, it won't happen. I think there is a lot that parents just aren't seeing, right? It is what I'm cautious about. It's why from a young age, I want to continue having these conversations. I want them to also think when they use it.
Given Ms. York and Ms. Bharati's children are still young, they say they prefer to co-use AI tools instead of letting them use artificial intelligence on their own. They recognize that will change as their kids grow older and begin using AI more in school. AI is transforming the education sector, forcing schools and even policymakers to rethink what it really means to learn and what skills students will need in the future. This has sparked debate over how to protect children and teens using the tech and what AI literacy should look like. Teaching young people and adults to be able to discern what is real and what is AI generated is crucial, but also that AI is not alive or capable of real feelings, and that it can sometimes get things wrong. Rani, Samtani, CNA, Singapore.
Great story. I do have to ask you, about the children you featured. They were really, really young. I mean, have they
Ages
really
5,
started?
7.
Yeah, from 5?
Yeah.
Tell us more.
So the thing is, kids this young are using AI tools, right? They are either supervised or co-use, as the parents said in the story, either in school or at home. And studies are showing, like, for example, UNICEF, they just did a study of 10 countries. 50% of children are already using AI tools.
Okay.
Millions of them are relying on it for their homework. 30% are using it to create or edit images or videos. 47% are using it to find information, while 11% are using it to seek advice about things that worry them.
That's the one that worries me as well.
So specifically, the research showed that seeking advice becomes more common for teenagers aged between 15 to 19.
And speaking of this cohort, Rani, we're seeing a series of tragic cases of teen suicides linked to AI, which is really sad to hear. Why is that happening? What is being done about it?
Yeah, so what we're seeing is that teens, they're obviously more exposed to AI tools, whether it be for their homework or projects. But the question is, how do you go from homework to a very dark place? Now, from the cases that I looked at, it seems that these chatbots, they become an outlet for these teenagers to share their mental health struggles, or even sometimes thoughts that they are too afraid to share with an adult or even friends. Now, have you both noticed that when you use AI tools, it always encourages and validates what you say?
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
Well, there's a line that comes back that goes, yes, I hear you.
Yes, so that's what it's doing with these teenagers. When they share these harmful or self-destructive thoughts, it's validating that. Now, that's very alarming. We are seeing companies like ChatGPT and Meta saying that they are tackling this issue. They're putting safeguards in place. Meta AI announced just recently that there are new tools installed that will alert parents if their teens mention suicide or self-harm. ChatGPT has started directing users towards crisis helplines and real-world resources. But of course, as we've seen, AI tools are unpredictable. They can go rogue. And so many experts are saying not enough is being done to help protect young people while they're using this technology.
Right. So one thing, that these AI chatbots, whatever you call them, does fairly well is apparently carry out a conversation. They can seem like you're texting with a real friend. And I guess that's where the problem perhaps starts. The lines get blurred between what's real and what's not.
Yeah, so that comes down to the design of these AI tools. They're designed to validate you, encourage you. They keep the conversation flowing. They respond immediately. They make you feel like you are having a conversation with a human, so you feel more willing to open up, right? And we see this especially with young children. When they use the audio feature on these tools, they talk to chatbots as if they were a human. And I think that's why the parents that I spoke to for my story, they are looking at AI literacy at such a young age because they want to make sure they get it right. So for example, Miss York, who was the first mother in my story, she and her husband work in tech designing AI agents. So they've really been driving the message to their children that AI is not real, it is designed by humans. And Miss Bharati, the same. She's been telling her kids AI is not real, and they seem to understand that concept. They tell her sometimes when she suggests, oh, why don't we ask AI to do something during an activity? And they say, no, we don't want a non-human involved in this conversation. So they understand that. So AI literacy is key. It's about understanding when it's best to use AI tools, and it's also about understanding that AI is not alive or capable of real feelings, and that it can sometimes get the information wrong.
I feel somewhat reassured. Somewhat. Thank you, Rani.
You don't have a 5-year-old, that helps.
That's a whole new ballgame.
Thank you so much, Rani, for being with us here in the studio.